Someone commented under one of these woke HK posts, like searching Heckler and Koch's account. No results for gun rights. No results for Second Amendment. No results for right to keep. Because they don't fucking talk about it. So, like, these guys...
Well, they do talk about objectifying women in marketing.
Yeah, apparently that is more important for them to talk about than, you know, a citizen in a country where he fucking legally can even.
What the fuck happened to, like, every company's marketing department in the past, like, 2 months?
You're listening to the Art and War podcast with your hosts, Mitch and Nathan. Mitch is a former airborne infantry squad leader who now spends most of his time coaching soccer. Nathan is a professional illustrator and an avid shooter with a couple of years of Canadian military experience. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
No, we were out on a ruck in northern Arizona somewhere, and my buddy was like, "Oh, those yeah, you can definitely use those. Like deer will eat those and they'll trip bulls." And I'm like, "Okay, will they kill us?" They're like, "Well, not if you like dry it correctly and like
if you go through a detailed 17-step process and don't fuck any part of it up."
Yeah, he's like, you know, if you fuck it up, like the worst thing that can happen, I think, is that you'll like shit, piss, and vomit a lot. I'm like, oh, so what are the upsides? Oh, you'll like meet God. Wait, what kind of meat god do you mean?
It's like you either triple yourself or you shit, vomit, and cum at the same time.
like that's how good these things are.
Or you see the face of God and get to meet the machine elves.
Yeah, I'm like, that kind of sounds like I'm just straight up dying anyway. I've got a guy for this that I meet by Panda Express. I think I'll just go and talk to him instead of trusted, you know, like
I guess the trusted Panda Express man.
Dude, that guy was solid, but
he's growing them in like a shoebox in his fucking closet.
I don't care. I'm still here. I trust that motherfucker. My buddy's like, yeah, that shit's really good. Like, you just dry it right, you'll be fine. I'm like,
The big question is, like, did you shit, fart, piss, and cum at the same time, or did you meet God? Or have you not done it yet?
I have not taken them because I fear them. I need to get to a point where I'm brave enough to try them, and I'm not at that stage.
We're just going to like read about you on the news. It's like,
you'd be like,
just do what I do with like every time I get like a new hot sauce and like I don't know how hot it is. I just put some of it on a chip and without saying a word, I just hand it to my dad, who just automatically eats it, and then he just looks at me and goes, "What is this?" And then he just starts panicking. And so like do the same thing.
yeah. I just need a buddy to be like, "Hey, try this tea."
Yeah.
What's in it? Oh, it's like, I don't know, chai or something.
And just watch them just expend all of their bodily fluids at the same time. Just run a timer for like 2 hours.
On the ground, vomiting blood. Just, what did you do to me?
I just came and shit myself. And there was blood in both. What the fuck? And there's elves and gnomes everywhere.
There's cum coming out my ass. I
didn't know humans could do that. So yeah, I haven't tried that shit yet.
Is this the first time we've got you both in a room before?
No, we've done this a couple times.
No, we did one. We did the what's called the AI play. Remember the AI?
Yeah, we did. Fuck, we still got to get back to that. I feel bad. We've left everyone all hot and horny, but like the AI has gotten so much better that it makes sense now, and that sucks.
Yeah, it's not as funny when it's good. It's not as funny when it's actually good.
Yeah, we should just start from scratch and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll find some like still like half retarded AI somewhere and I'll make it do it.
Yeah, we just need like the dollar store AI to.
If I like, maybe if I just use a prompt like, you know, like write this like story blah blah, and at the end I go write it as if you're mentally retarded, maybe it'll come out with something like similar. Like.
Or we can like pay someone. We can pay a retarded person to do this. Can AI altogether.
Can you just go on Fiverr and look for specifically a retarded person?
Just going on Fiverr and just typing in nothing but just Down syndrome. And
I need a writer with Down syndrome.
Anyways, it's really fucking good too, and you're like, God damn it!
You're like, man, this guy's actually a fucking genius.
And then he's using ChatGPT too.
So. Write me a story for Art and War. All right, well, there goes all of our advertising. Anyway, welcome to Art and War 99.5. We're cock teasing you this week because we have to delay episode 100 just 1 week to make sure our very special guest can make it. So,
oh shit! Oh, I fuck off.
Nathan's fucked it. He's fucked it.
They're not. They're going.
they're not
going
gonna re-up.
Are they
Oh,
retarded?
maybe-
Are they a Down
maybe
syndrome
we should-
person? Is this what they're doing?
Wait. Are we're probably not gonna debut them before we do the video podcast, right?
Yeah, maybe let's push them to the next Schizocast. Maybe
let's
doing
do
an ad
that.
read right after the hey, let's go find a person with Down syndrome on Fiverr. Is that the time?
That's the guess for number 100. Just this is Down syndrome Dave, and it's just a retarded guy. Like,
yeah. We're like, when I said a very special guest,
very
I meant a very special guest. He's a very special boy. We're equal opportunity here at Art and War, first and foremost. But
I mean, I would love to have a Down syndrome guest host. Like they're like the happiest dudes on the planet. Like
Oh,
there's
dude,
two dudes,
yeah,
like,
I agree. They're like God's little jesters. I love them.
there's like two dudes. There's two dudes I watch on TikTok. Like
Oh,
I
I
don't
know
really
who you're
see that
talking
much,
about.
but yeah, there's two like they got Down syndrome and they cook food. And
Yeah,
it's
the
like
Asian
funniest
guy
fucking
and the
thing
other one?
Yeah. So like the Asian guy, because he's Asian, is slightly smarter than the other one. But like it's like he'll be like trying to like he'll like be opening a can or something, and the other guy will just be like trying to cook a bath mat, and he'll just be like, wait, no, and just like slaps the guy's hands out of the way. And he's like, and like, he like, just does the rest of the cooking. It's fucking great. It's so good.
It's fantastic. BR, you may have seen them. I think the very viral video of it was the Asian guy getting out of bed and going, "Breakfast," and they're just wonderful.
dude,
Yeah, I
I'm
love
such
them.
an old man. I'm falling behind so quickly because like guys at work, they'll be quoting like all of these I already sound like an old man, like TikTok videos and fucking vines and shit like that. And they look at me like, oh, you know the video. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like spiritually and mentally 50 years old. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I'm living in an internet age, completely clueless, already left behind when I'm like the right age to be understanding all of this and just not.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of missed the Vine craze. I think I was a little bit too old for Vine or some shit when it actually first came out. Because like I feel like Vine was like genuinely 12-year-olds, whereas like I was probably like 18 or 19 or some shit when Vine came out. And then like with TikTok, like the what is kind of like the good and bad thing about TikTok is the algorithm is fucking like a super AI. So like it does genuinely show you the shit you want to see if you train it properly. Where like you just only like and comment the shit you actually want to see, and you will see nothing but shit like that.
Down syndrome.
Yeah, like I just Googled Down syndrome retarded guys, like they all that just constantly. There was actually a real online boy on Twitter for ages. He had a thread of just like the most like insane shit he found on TikTok, and it was basically just a thread of different types of disabilities, and it was like insane. Like there was one woman who had like the body of like some sort of like lamp. Like she was just like legs with no arms and a tiny torso and a massive head. And he was like, what the fuck is this? How do you end up like this? This is insane. And like the whole like thread is like, it's like about like probably at this stage like 60 plus tweets long, is just literally different types of like insane retarded people on TikTok. But it kind of rules.
Remember like, I don't know, 100 years ago, like traveling circuses and how like TikTok has just kind of replaced that. It's made it accessible for everyone.
It brings the traveling circus straight to your phone.
Yeah.
I'd probably been in one of them back in the day. As like, you know, an attraction, like the amazing dog man. And it's just me. I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks. I'm like, I want to go home. I'm scared. Please, it hurts.
There's actually a TikTok star I really want to bring on here. I don't know if you've heard of him, Lucas, but his username is Wrangler Star. He's the professional homeowner.
Oh, I may know this guy. Hold on, let me look him up. I that name rings a bell. Wrangler Star?
Wrangler Star. He's my favorite TikToker, and he actually makes me consider.
Yes, I do know this dude. He fucking rules. Get him on immediately. I love his shit.
He rules. He fucking rules. But he only has TikTok, and I don't know how else to get a hold of him. So yeah, I don't know if you're listening to this and you know this guy. Please tell him that I love him. And
everyone, please spam his DMs immediately. His shit is fucking great. I love him.
BR, are you familiar with him?
Anything TikTok,
But that to avoid like getting them fed no knocked, he gives a lot of incredible like home improvement tips, and things like that.
There's one video of his that I really like where he was talking about the danger of and this is a really, really bad thing, and no one who's listening should do this. No one who's listening should go to Home Depot and for approximately $4 to $5 buy a can of expanding foam. It's really unfortunate that people go into Home Depot and they buy with cash a can of expanding foam while wearing a COVID mask and sunglasses and a baseball cap. And it's really, really sad that people go and they take that expanding foam, they spray it into pay parking machines. I don't like that.
That's an awful thing to
terrible. Just making society worse if anything.
Right?
It's definitely not better. Definitely worse.
Not better.
Definitely
no,
not better.
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that because our cities, they really need those tax dollars. They really do.
They really do. They've been spending them so wisely so far. Like really helping the less fortunate and those that really need it the most is exactly where the money's been going.
So no, I agree. You really should not vandalize pay parking machines in your city. Nor should you put expanding foam on cameras and CCTV.
Oh, actually, this is just the speaking of just like kind of general cities and governments doing retarded shit. This is something I actually do want to talk about on this podcast.
Oh my god,
this podcast might legitimately send me to fucking jail because the shit I've said on here has been heinous, right? And Ireland has introduced now it hasn't been passed yet, but it's looking very likely that it will be. Is introducing a new law that would make the possession, not the distribution, not the sending or whatever hosting of thing, but the possession of hate material.
Oh Lord. And
completely illegal, punishable by something like up to like 6 years in prison or some shit. So that would mean that if you had for instance, an incredible fan recently made an AI generated episode of Schizocast that was just me and Nathan, and in a very funny section that when it cuts to Nathan's AI voice, it just has a picture of Jackie Chan, and that made me laugh a lot, right?
I almost fucking vomited.
I lost my shit. I genuinely lost my shit.
Credit,
I'm fairly sure that under this law, me having that on my phone could constitute the possession of hate material and could wind me up in jail.
Yeah, actually,
I think this is insane.
That's something wild I've always found weird about the UK and Ireland and all of that. Like the definition of hate material is so nebulous. Yeah. Like remember that guy who almost went to jail because he got a video of his dog doing a Nazi salute?
Count Dankula. I tried to get him on. I should try that again, actually. Count Dankula. But like the thing is that like the what differentiated between Ireland and the UK for a long time was the UK had like very, very strict laws on that shit, right? Whereas we actually didn't really have any. We didn't really have any specific laws. We had stuff like the typical like incitement to violence. So if you were standing on a street corner saying let's go gas X minority or some shit, then obviously you think like, and that was kind of like the bar that we had, and it was a pretty high bar you had to hit. Like, I never heard of anyone, getting done for shit like that. And then the UK in comparison was like, this kid edited a fucking Fash Wave video and now he's going to jail for 12 years. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, right? And like now this seems to be that they're doing the same thing here. But what's wild is that our like super far left socialist party is railing against this. And I am shocked that they are actively being like, lads, here, this is too fucking far. Because they're called people before profit, and they're usually the ones that are like really pushing for like, more to be done about the hate crimes against immigrants coming into the country and like all this sort of stuff. So the fact that they are like, here, lads, what is this? Because my theory on why people are panicking about this so much is that I think it could be fixed in a very, very quick manner. It would be absolutely awful. It would be terrible if this law were to pass and then some terrible, awful, evil, hate-filled person or group of people were to spam the public email addresses of every single public official in Ireland with racist memes and hate material, putting them in possession of said material, which will have them in violation of the bill. That would be absolutely awful. So I think that's one of the reasons why possibly there's the politicians are speaking out against this. But as usual, Ireland is the bitch of of the EU, and we will do anything to seem like we're to get in their good graces. So if we think that enacting a draconian bullshit fucking hate speech law will make the EU like us more and give us more money, then that's likely what's going to happen. So I got to get the fuck out of here.
No, dude, you got to get the fuck out of there. Where do you think you would go if
my main priority is sort of no income tax. I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah, no, income tax is retarded. I fucking hate it.
Maybe I can like ally with the fucking Saudis or some shit. next time you see me, I'll just be in like a fucking one of those like white robes with like the fucking hat, and I'll be like, "Inshallah, boys, what's going on?"
Like, hey, they don't tax me out here. I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, boys. What, killing dissidents and journalists? Not my problem, boys. That's fine by me. Listen, just leave my bank account alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, though, that's awful. Yeah, you got to get the fuck out of there before you end up in a cell. Same
if
with
they check my
honestly.
phone, I'm done.
Yeah, same. If they find my Discord messages, if they go into a single Instagram conversation,
if they check the PlayStation party chat of any teenage boy in this country, everyone's gone.
Yeah, no, 100%. If they listen to this podcast,
yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you downloaded it to your phone. Nah,
you're done. Because I remember that what you were talking about. There's some guy, he like stupid fucking idiot. Say what you will about it. I think it's dumb. But yeah, he edited that Fashwave video, and I think he got 11, 12 years, and he was a kid.
It's dumb as shit, but like, he was genuinely like 16 or 17 or some shit. Like that's a fucking insane thing to do, to like put some kid away just because he's like huh, Pepe alt-right griper is funny, huh? And like then you go, okay, now you go to jail forever. That's really going to de-radically him, isn't it?
That's really going to
guess who he's going to meet in prison?
Yeah, the actual
white
Nazis.
Yeah.
He's going to come in with a fucking skinhead and Nazis. That dude was like,
yeah, the way to do it is always make them feel more persecuted. That absolutely works.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on what your objective is. If your objective is to breed more of a problem, so you have more of a reason to, launder money for that issue and to grow government, yeah, of course you're going to say every 12-year-old... What, you say a 12-year-old?
No, this kid was like 16 or 17.
Okay, yeah, every 16 or 17-year-old who's making dumb memes is an extremist, then yeah, you're going to obviously balloon the population of like ripe targets for your program, but...
Yeah.
No, it's fucking wild. Like I could not get over like some of that shit. I am genuinely worried about it coming into Ireland. So I gotta start looking at evacuation plans ASAP. I gotta figure out what South American countries don't have extradition laws and get the fuck out of here. me ended up in like fucking Spain with like other Irish guys who were legitimate drug dealers. They're like, why'd you leave the country? I'm like, memes.
I was dealing heavy memes.
Heavy memes, boys.
I said the word retarded on a podcast.
I've been hiding.
No, it's wild. It's genuinely like, I don't think other countries, like for instance that America, have things like free speech enshrined in like their actual constitution. Realize how lucky they are in terms of that shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like here we kind of have this nebulous thing of freedom of expression, but basically everything.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you are free to express yourself. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Only if asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. We need to put common sense laws around what that means, and
Well, yeah, I mean, Britain says the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, we have free speech, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Where is it absolute? Because there is so much policing of what you can say, and
I think they're like their version of free speech is always like, oh no, you can call like the fucking the prime minister a cunt and we won't jail you for that. And it's like, all right, thank you very much for that.
But do that about the king in public.
Yeah. No, it knows the fuck at me.
Oh god, like the coronation, that was a whole thing. Like
yeah.
There's
on the show.
I don't think we
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
All I know is I saw a bit of it and I just remember like I was like, he does not look happy. This man does not look like he wants to be here.
He's a grumpy prick. Cost like £100 million, which is about 125 million US. And that to put a crown on that motherfucker's head. And some people wanted to, I forget what the group's called. It's like something republic. Like they wanted Britain to become a republic. Never gonna happen. And so they were protesting, saying like "not my king" and shit. And they even got written permission to have a protest and say "not my king" during the coronation. And the morning of, they rescinded that permission, arrested like I think the organizer and a couple of others, like literally picked the fucker up, put him in the back of a van, And that's how Britain deals with dissidents. Good old Metropolitan Police.
Was there some dude? Was it what was it during? It was another fucking royal thing. It was that the like guy that threw eggs or some shit like got like arrested. Remember that? There was like some dude like exact same situation. There was like I can't remember what it was. Was it
Prince Andrew? Like they were calling him a pedo?
Yes, it was Prince Andrew. That's exactly what it was. He threw an egg at like the fucking car, and he literally got like 3 random dudes just beat the shit out of him, and the police grabbed him and just arrested him. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
That is a well-controlled populace, ladies and gentlemen. When your own fucking people, like before the cops even get to the guy, he's already half beaten.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, lads, we got this. Yeah. Right!
They didn't even look at the guys that just assaulted this dude. They were just like, hey, you're thank you.
Yeah, like, hey, thank you, good citizen.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. My mind jumps back to like, I saw this video out of New York back when, remember COVID? Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
Wait, no. We've memory hold that, Nathan. Don't talk about it.
Oh, wait, what? I mean, like the last I remember, it was, December of 2019, and now we're just here.
No, do you know what's really gonna fucking like fully crack my psyche and drive me insane is when they do this again, like they do it with a different like random disease thing, or whatever, and I'll be like, this is the same thing. This happening again, and everyone's gonna be like, no, this is real though. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna swallow a bullet. Like I'm gonna fucking paint the walls. Like, I'm gonna like lose my mind.
Oh, we're doing COVID again?
Yeah.
No, we're fucking not. No, again. I'm not going back.
I'm not doing this again.
Oh man, I was talking with my friend. He got out of here and he moved to Texas and he's living there now. He's very happy, but like I think the moment where he left was there was an undercover cop that arrested him for buying a pizza while he didn't have his vaccine card. Like
what? I promise you I would
tickle
somewhere. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, like that's when the vest covered in tannerite and like steel balls comes out.
I'm done.
You turn up to like the court hearing for that, and they're just like, what's that beeping sound? Your vest is just flashing.
What beeping sound? Hey, come give me a hug, motherfucker.
You just pull the V for Vendetta mask out of your bag. The fucking guy fought.
The best, like you're probably your only way like out of that and just to catch a separate charge is just that the minute you figure out he's like an undercover cop before he can say it, you just beat the ever-loving fuck out of him. And, just like grabbing him by the head and just smashing it into the concrete.
I'm not going back.
When you get arrested, be like, I just saw a gun. I thought he was just a random dude who's gonna rob me. I lost it. And then like he was a cop, and he'd be like, he never fucking said shit to me.
Yeah.
And again on CCTV, he went, and you punched him in the throat.
He starts reaching for his wallet. You're like, no.
Exactly, yeah.
Fun fact, in the state of Indiana, they have expanded their castle doctrine law to include government employees. So if you're under threat for like, non-legitimate reasons from a state employee and you defend yourself, you might have a fucking chance.
What state is that?
Indiana,
right? Yeah, that would have helped. Wasn't that like the whole Breonna Taylor thing? Wasn't that like they were fucking asleep in their house and the police just plainclothes kicked in the door and were like, get out of the house, and they were like, what the fuck? And just assumed they were being robbed, and then the police just shot them.
Yeah. That's insane to me.
It happens a lot. No-knock raids all the time, all over the US. There's my favorite case. I can't name it specifically, but it was in the headlines a few years ago. Like these guys, cops no-knock this guy's house in Texas, wrong address. They get in there and instantly start getting shot at with a fucking Draco, so a short AK, which I fucking love. Like that's your home defense gun. Guy just rolls out of bed with a Draco.
Is it wrong that I really want one?
Since I heard this story, I want one too. That's the only reason I want a Draco is because of the story. So he shoots at the cops. I think he killed a couple, and they hadn't announced that they were police.
A couple.
Yeah, a couple. Wrong address. And so eventually they're like, police, and the guy's like, oh fuck. And somehow the guy doesn't get absolutely murked. They actually let him surrender. And the guy won in court because they
They didn't announce they were cops.
I always
it was
wonder,
a home
like,
invasion with costumes.
I always wonder, like, you know, like the way, like, it's usually about like maybe like 6 cops or shit show up. Like, what happens if, like, you know, you have your house set that when the door bursts in, the Doom music just starts blaring, right? And then you're fucking like
the door swings and locks behind them. All the lights cut.
Then your fucking AX-11 drops down from the roof and just fires around directly through the middle of the house and like estimates at least 2 of them. And then you just like, with the music still blaring, tickle the other 4, and you're just there with all the cops dead. Like, what happens? Like, who do you call?
You head to Mexico. That's what you do.
You just call them, like, hey, so I got your friends here. They're dead.
Not doing okay.
Yeah, like I honestly, the hue lights turned red, and then the Doom music started playing, and the gun back came out, and like then I don't know what happened after that. And so about 6 are dead. You got to come get me.
You guys are gonna be folding a lot of flags.
Yeah,
get the bagpipes ready. You know, whatever the fuck you do.
Is it just like is it like Fortnite? Like you're just victory royale. You're number 1. You're last one standing. You have to just get off free.
Yeah, I think they have to let you go.
On them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you steal a cop's gun, you just get to keep it because it's a prize for being faster than them. It's kind of like that. If you wipe out the whole stack,
a lot.
You just get to walk free.
There is legal precedent. I can't point it to you anywhere, but legal precedent. Absolutely. Don't look this up. Don't fact check me. That's just objective truth.
Legal advice.
I'm gonna send you both a meme I meant to send to you earlier today, and it's exactly about this. It's coming to you first, BR, and Nathan's coming to you now. But both of you, I just want you to live watch it and then react.
An officer explaining to me how I can't drink and drive. Me using my T-Rex grabby thingy to steal a service weapon. My EDC is a Glock 19 and a T-Rex grabby thing, so I can get other people's Glocks.
I just love the idea of like you're in the car pretending to have your both hands on the wheels, like side eyeing, and your little T-Rex arm is just trying to stretch across the passenger seat.
Training with a shot timer and a grabby thing.
Dude, I saw.
No, you see, remember those like stretchy rubber Jello hands, whatever the sticky ones, just slapping that onto his fuck.
Dude, in Arizona, some of the bike cops, like, this will be fucking mad to any European who's ever seen pictures of this, but like, look it up if you're not familiar. Bike cops have like a really shitty lock on the back of their bike that has a whole AR, and I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah. Look, Google it. Look it up.
Where is this?
Arizona.
So type in AZ bike cop AR-15. That should bring it up.
Okay, well, let me check that.
Dude,
okay. Arizona bike cops
do those have a third position?
That's what I'm wondering. So
because
I haven't been brave enough.
This looks extremely easy to take.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, does it cover the retaining pins? I think it does, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but a little birdie told me that these locks are not good. This is not legal advice.
Yeah, aren't those the ones that you can open with a magnet?
I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Something like I forget that there's like one YouTube channel where the guy just like defeats locks like as a fucking joke. He's like he'll just do it in 30 seconds. Like it'll be the highest security.
The lockpicking lawyer.
Yeah. That guy.
Just imagine running over to a hammer and just smacking the thing. It's like, what are you doing? Just bang.
Angle grinder hooked up to a car battery.
Yeah. What you gonna do? Your AR's with me now, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like I got it off. I get to keep it as a prize. That's the law.
You guys qualify on your Glocks twice a year. Like, you think you're gonna hit me while I'm running?
Actually. Okay, no, I have a picture of one of their ARs, and it does not have a third hole.
I'm pretty sure you could outrun the majority of American cops gunfire just by serpentining, just like going side to side, like Naruto running away, and then it's like fuck, bang, fuck. So fast, bro. The fucking Flash.
I am really looking forward to. We have on an upcoming episode a former cop going to talk about how awful the training is and how basically and the conversation that started was essentially like a picture of someone firing over their head blindly, and he commented basically half the cops I've worked with, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be an episode soon. Was
that like behind cover he was firing, or like what the fuck was going on?
I can't remember. It's in one of our recent posts. Let me take a look.
Well, it's like, did you ever like look up, like, you see like an article that's, you know, something like, you know, the suspect was shot 16 times, and then you watch like the actual body cam footage and you realize they shot like 52 times. And you're like, and there was 5 of them. And you're like, you're like, okay.
You're like, all right, so Glock 17s, it's like 17 rounds, like 5 people. Oh my fucking god, 16 hits? What the fuck?
Like, Jesus Christ, guys, back to the range.
Yeah, and they're like 10 feet away. I mean, like I was telling you, Lucas, beforehand, that is me with a handgun, but still. Which is also something we're going to be doing coming up soon. Canadian teaches Eurotrash how to shoot handguns.
Yes, I will be there next month. I'm very excited.
Incredible. Yeah.
Providing little Pringus doesn't die on the drive there, but I'm pretty.
Yeah.
That old girl's got some life in her yet.
Nathan, you gotta come visit Ireland. You too, you probably don't want to. You're used to the UK. You probably wouldn't fucking like it.
Dude, I prefer Ireland. Like, I prefer Ireland to England any day. But
you guys gotta come visit at some point.
I would love that, genuinely.
We can't do shooty things here. It's very sad. We can do like the most we can do is like hunting rifle bullshit. But like I can take you out to the woods with an unregistered shotgun. It's basically the most I can do for you here.
Base.
Good enough. Oh, Nathan, did you see the recent HK drama over on Twitter?
I saw that. I didn't catch entirely. Something about gun bunnies or something like that. But didn't they fire her basically immediately? You're going to have to fill us in.
Honestly, I have a personal vendetta against HK social media managers.
Yeah.
I hope they all get fired eventually. So I don't care if they did get fired. I think that's funny.
Didn't they sell G36s to the cartel? Which, like, based, but also actually no.
but also not based.
No,
like,
not really.
Listen, no, like at this stage, they can't be faulted for that. The cartel is now a legitimate military at this point. Okay,
actually,
I mean, the Taliban's a government. The cartel's going to be a government soon. Like, who the fuck knows what the deal is anymore? But no. So I mean, a long time ago, my first quarrels with HK came up for anyone who doesn't know what I mean by HK, Heckler and Koch, or if you're American, Heckler and Koch.
They make MP5s and all of the fancy European guns. But a while back, I posted like a meme about them. Basically, there is no history of HK actually standing up or giving a shit about US civilian gun rights. Like they have grown fat and happy on their government contracts. They do not give a fuck about US citizens, gun rights, Second Amendment, anything like that. So I was talking shit about them, as I do, because there was a picture of an ATF agent like back in the day with an MP5. So I'm like, I mean, you know, they happily arm the ATF and all of that and blah, blah, blah. And I tagged them and stuff. And I've got screenshots from this from eons ago. Well, like 2-3 years ago. The old social media manager who was like LARPing as a woman, but was actually like some schlubby dude. So as it is.
Yeah, as it is. Dude, we're going to get shitty looks when we walk past the HK booth at SHAW Show, but it is what it is.
Oh, dude, 100%.
But it's deserved. But yeah, this guy was effectively, I was like, well, I mean, you know, HK has a history of arming federal agencies like the ATF, but not citizens. What's up with that? And he was like, basically, you know, if we didn't arm the ATF, we'd be going out of business. It's like, what? Yeah. I promise you.
How much is the ATF spending on this shit?
They're a tiny fucking agency with like no budget. I mean, the extension to Steelman, his argument as best I can, he was saying like all federal agencies and stuff. And it's like, motherfucker, there are plenty of people who arm like, you know, they have their contracts and stuff, but a lot of their revenue comes from the civilian market and it's only growing. But he was getting all pissy with me calling them out, basically. So anyway, flash forward to today, presumably a new social media manager, because this one was apparently an actual woman, which doubt. HK's lied to us before about that. And this was tied into all of the continuing fallout from kind of the like the Bud Light woke advertising. And so Miller Lite also did some woke advertising that got them shit on. And HK decided, for some fucking reason, you don't sell beer, you have nothing to do with this, just sell fucking guns and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not like the fucking, like, whatever about, like, beer and shit or whatever, but it's not like the libs are ever going to fucking like the gun maker. So
no,
why the fuck are you trying to, like, even attempt to fucking appeal to them?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Just insane.
I remember there's this big thing from, I don't know, some big European, like, basically their Moms Against Guns, which was trying to do a campaign to cover the HK factory in concrete.
What?
Yup.
What's he? Wait, what? Like just like in the middle of the night, are pouring concrete in the windows or something?
Yes, with fucking helicopters. This is not a joke. You can look this up.
Why did the HK factory need to be a cube?
I don't know. It was like I think it was more like an art project to bring attention to shut down Heckler and Koch by entombing the factory in concrete. Yep, they were funding it on Indiegogo. shutdownhnk.org.uk.
I'd have been more impressed if they were like, just fund our guerrilla warfare bombing efforts where we're going to bomb it. I'd be like, yeah, okay, like, that's achievable. Like, but let's be like, yeah, we're going to use helicopters. Like, what sort of fucking cartoon world are you retards living in? Like that you think you can just use concrete just to pour over the building and it'll just like cube.
Oh shit! It looks like their site has been shut down, probably because they wanted to smother the company that builds guns for like half the Western world in concrete with helicopters. But I linked an article about it. I remember seeing this back in 2012, which, like, shout out to Everyday No Days Off, one of the cool gun blogs before the internet became fucking gay and centralized.
Damn, you can't do that without. I mean, I'm not surprised they got terrorism charges. Like,
I was gonna say, that's surely domestic terrorism.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
very inefficient domestic terrorism.
Yeah, and HK is in bed with like every government. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're making France's new service rifles. Like they sold guns to the cartel, which again, like I'm kind of I don't feel great about, but
I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Exactly. Kind of reminds me of same reason you can't import Norinco to the States anymore. I'm pretty sure is because they tried to they were selling RPGs to the cartel.
Fucking hell. Sell one to me, Norinco.
Actually.
So this tweet, so they start off like, I mean, it was unintelligent to comment on any of this anyway. Like, it has nothing to do with UHK, and your social media sucks at the best of times. But so they were saying something about like how they're not into gun bunnies.
Yeah, it's like women should respect themselves more or something.
What are they,
like,
gay?
Well, it's like, you know what? That's fair. Gun bunny advertising needs to die. It's like a shitty way for this industry to sell shit. It's
very like 1990s, like early 2000s.
Yeah, and we're in a more practical space now where this is potentially, life-preserving gear, whether it's, nylon products or firearms or whatever it is. Using, like, hot women to sell it is, a manipulation rather than actually showing quality and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So someone started talking shit about them going woke. This guy said, so if any of you guys feel the need to get rid of your 416s, 417s, imported roller gats, SP5s, USPs, etc., because HK has gone woke, just let me know. And so HK responded, I would say the social media manager's name, but she's already I'm sure she's already canned, so I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire that much.
Yeah, they legitimately had a way forward post because of her.
Yep. So the tweet that got them fucked up was HK's. You can tell a woman wrote this. Wow, woke ? Allow me to translate. Objectifying women was never a good marketing strategy. Sure. In the firearms industry, that was a prominent strategy up until recently. Many industries have done that, including Beer Corps. As an actual woman typing this, I couldn't fucking tell. I'll use more words for you to comprehend. Using bunnies to sell products.
This is a fucking problem. This is why we don't like you, bitch. You keep fucking nagging, keep talking, so fucking lippy all the fucking time. Give me the fucking beer and the guns, okay?
just sell me fucking guns, HK. Goddamn. No, sorry, I'm a poor.
I just want what the cartels have.
Yeah, literally.
Also, sorry, I like how she notes that, like, she's like, oh, like, objectifying women has been used to, like, sell shit for a long time. And it's like, yeah, because it fucking worked, dipshit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I mean, fucking people want to buy you a shit, but you just won't sell to civilians because you're fat and happy on government contracts. So
people want to buy shit from hot people. This is why celebrities exist.
Yeah, like this is not the company to be lecturing people, but so using bunnies to sell products is trash marketing. Agreed. Supporting women by not doing that is good. Now, to address the rest, non-bikini parts of the ad, seems like they should have given sources for the info they're throwing out, talking about the Miller Lite ad, and for them to isolate a huge part of their target consumer base makes no sense. And they're virtue signaling ad doesn't even make me want to drink their beer. Shrugging woman emoji, but at least they used actual women for it, presumably. Ooh.
Of course she doesn't want to drink it. She's a woman. I've known like 5 people in my entire life who like beer.
And also, no one asked. Also, ratio. Also, shut up. Also, I'm stronger than you. Like, just a fucking mess. Like,
and this is put out by like the death dealers. This is put out by ostensibly like one of the largest arms manufacturers in the fucking world. That kills me.
Yeah. Like, this is like Raytheon saying like, "Hey, there are starving children in Africa." Like, what the fuck do you mean? You blow kids up all the time. What the fuck?
But that kind of gets me too. Whatever. Lucas is offline. His internet died. I think they kicked in his door. I think they passed in that bill, and he's in the process.
They passed it while we're recording. He's fucked.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, no, it's like the same weird shit that all these major companies do. You see like Lockheed Martin doing it. You see Raytheon doing it. You see all of... I think one of the worst things and one of the worst trends that we're seeing, and it started in entertainment, and in entertainment it kind of makes sense. But seeing it happen in like the military industrial complex, getting on board with... Like, you guys are not political organizations. You guys sell guns to like both government agencies and like terrorist juntas around the world. You are not the sort of people who should be making any political statement.
Yeah, your hands are dripping with blood.
Yeah.
Often, like, from unintended casualties, and yet you guys have the fucking balls to think that waving a little rainbow flag or whatever the virtue signal of the month is, like literally whatever the virtue signal of the month is gonna clean that blood off your hands. No, it fucking doesn't. So Heckler and Koch, Heckler and Koch, whatever the fuck, they tweeted today, the road forward, and then like a little road sign, HK does not engage in identity politics, full stop. A policy was violated, changes were made, full stop. So presumably this bitch is out of the job. But that doesn't change the fact that you fucking krauts don't give a shit about citizens' rights. You don't give a fuck about the individual being able to arm themselves. Sure, you guys sell a few of your guns to citizens if they're willing to pay a pretty penny. But someone commented under the one of the woke posts, you can search people's accounts for like certain phrases, and let me pull up what they the key phrases they
dropped out. Sorry guys, my internet killed itself.
Oh no. Oh good.
No, we figured you got no-knocked because you're participating in hate speech against Heckler and Koch.
Ones, but they're large.
So someone commented under one of these woke HK posts, like searching Heckler and Koch's account, no results for gun rights, no results for Second Amendment, no results for right to keep, because they don't fucking talk about it. So like these guys,
they do talk about objectifying women in marketing.
Yeah. Apparently that is more important for them to talk about than a citizen in a country where he fucking legally can even.
What the fuck happens to like every company's marketing department in the past like 2 months? Because like there was like there was the Bud Light thing, then Miller did some shit, then Heckler and Koch, and then the other day Dove have done some partnership with like some gaming company or some shit.
Oh, I saw that.
And they did this like ridiculous fucking ad where it was like going on about like what was insane was it was talking about like objectifying women in video games, and then the girl they have being the sexy version of the character is wearing full head to toe armor that is like normal actual armor, not like the usual titty window shits or whatever, like, and then she goes to like, it's meant to be like that she's like working on like a film set or whatever, then she goes to her trailer and she takes off the armor and she's just fat as fuck and disgusting, and she like wipes off her makeup and looks like dog shit, and then she like decides when she goes back to shoot again, no, I'm not going to wear the armor, I'm going to look like a fat piece of shit, and she goes back out and does the ad like that. And then I looked up who made it, and I'm not joking, it is a self-fucking insert.
It's a self-insert.
Like it is the image of the fat bitch that wrote the fucking ad. Like it's insane. Was not happening like even a year ago. Like there was like some cringy ads, but there was never this level of like full on self-insert bullshit. What's happening?
It's oh what?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's that I think it's like a Stone Toss comic or something where it's
Yeah,
like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like oh how are we gonna sell more truck or more burgers? And it's like sell
Yeah,
burgers.
he's like, behold, our new marketing campaign. It's like just two dudes kissing open mouths. And it's like, how's it going to sell more burgers? He's like, burgers.
Burgers? What?
Yeah, like what were you gonna say, Nathan? Sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought entirely.
I fucking knew it. I should have shut the fuck up.
No, you're okay. You're okay. That's
Like,
literally
it's
how
like
these
in the past
podcasts
like
work.
fucking 6 months. There's been like it's so weird to have these in such short period of time. Like there was the retarded gay Gillette ad about like 2 years ago or whatever. Remember that one about like the toxic masculinity and like fucking I don't know. I guess fucking bitches can shave too or something. I don't fucking know what the moral of that one was. But like that was like 2 years ago or some shit. There was nothing since. And then the past like 3 months, it's just like tranny beer, fucking lesbian beer, fucking retarded Heckler and Koch non-gun buddies, fucking Dove soap, somehow in gaming with fucking fat bitches. What's happening?
I want to know who the target audience is. Like who's like who genuinely cares?
You know who else did it was Ford. Like Ford, they recently did an ad where it's like two of the I don't fucking know shit about Ford because I'm a Toyota man. I don't buy found on roadside dead kind of vehicles. But yeah, they did some ad with like their like main truck, like their man's truck.
Or some shit.
F-150?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, what are those?
But,
that's literally the only Ford truck I know. I'm not a
car guy.
I don't know what all the breeds of car are, and at this point, I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, I'm a gun guy. I'm not a petrol head, but
yeah. I'm shamelessly stole that from the McElroys.
They had this ad where like this one truck's driving down like a muddy path, and another one comes down like another muddy path, and it like goes through this muddy puddle, and it emerges with like a rainbow paint job or something. And it's like,
and then the trucks start fucking.
just start going at it,
bending open his exhaust pipe as wide as he can.
Yeah, it's like I just don't get what the strategy here is, and it's like but I don't give a fuck about what your lifestyle is. Like let's clear that out of the way. But it's like who like I work in marketing. All three of us work in marketing in some capacity. It's like, how the fuck is this generating sales for your primary target audience, or even like secondary, tertiary, like fucking 5 down the list market?
It can't be.
There's
it's no
not.
Fucking way.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, the only thing I can imagine is these brands want to pivot, which maybe I can even sort of get it with like a beer brand, maybe, of being like, we want to expand our market to be like more inclusive, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But like a fucking gun brand is never going to like successfully bring in like a kind of like a liberal or left leaning or like even explicitly pro like majority women audience. It is largely always, there's things that are largely always going to appeal to one demographic, and that guns, for instance, are just largely, not all of them obviously, but largely going to be like right-wing men for the vast majority of like people. Like that's just the way it fucking is.
Yeah, and like we, like Siba and Art, we have shit on the concept of gun bunnies before, and like that's, I don't have a problem with that part. Yeah, that was mainly why we did it. We were like it's time to end advertising with women. I want hunky dudes selling me guns now.
Both.
But,
I want both.
Exactly. You just want like all oiled up fucking Travis Haley. All right,
now you're talking the language. Here we go.
Yeah. We want unmasked admin results.
Fucking handsome boy.
But he was really selling us short. I can't believe that man blew up before showing his face.
Actually, that would be just as effective as the gun bunny strategy if you just had like jacked dudes of all time oiled up with gold, like M42s. Like,
just all the dudes in the comments going like, bro, what do you do to get your quads
what's
like
your training split, bro? What's your training split? Like literally, I swear to God, that would do just as well as like the girl in the bikini.
You probably get more interaction.
Honestly, yeah.
Like half the boys just hyping you up and half of them legit just interested.
Just want to know your fucking routine.
Yeah, straight up.
So when I met him, he came out of nowhere, gives me a hug, and he's like, Nathan! I'm like, who the fuck is this? And he's like, Aaron! I'm like, who? Because like we've talked, he's been on multiple episodes before, and we've talked a ton, but he doesn't own a webcam, so I had no idea what the fuck his face was like. Like then it clicked.
You saw his like thick thighs, and you were like,
like this makes sense now.
I've seen those thighs before.
Yeah, so like initially I just wanted to punch him because he was Italian, but
you're fucking
my defensive
admin gets
like,
back.
Nathan's Terminator vision turned red and just said threat identified.
Fucking Wapdago bastard.
Identified. Eliminate.
But no, he's fantastic. He's great.
Fucking good lad. But yeah, no, it's a weird turn. I don't know what the fuck is with companies and marketing departments. Clearly, it's not generating sales. It's this thought process that like I think the main mindset is like they think, oh, you know, times have changed and we can just like take a hard swing towards, you know, like personally, I don't really like calling it woke. I don't know what the fuck to call it.
I agree. Woke's kind of a very played out term that has genuinely turned into an umbrella term for absolutely anything that's not like explicitly, you know, right wing. Yeah, that's what it's annoying.
Yeah, like what it is pandering advertisement because these people aren't actually woke. No. They don't give a fuck about the actual causes. These guys are just trying to count their beans, or at least that's what you
would imagine. I've slowly started to go, maybe this is more ideologically driven than I previously expected because it's starting to get weird.
But it's like the people in charge of these companies are not woke or left wing generally. They're like, you know, they are literally like the capitalist pig.
Dude, if I was running one of these companies and I saw this ad, I'd be like kicking in the door of the marketing department with a paintball gun, being like, where is everyone? Like full Ari Gold, just like fired, just shooting people throughout the office.
Actually. Well, I think it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy because we've seen the politicization of like and you've experience this yourself, Lucas, the politicization of like most higher forms of institution. Higher forms of learning, in which everything is now based around not telling you what like objective facts, like, you know, 2 + 2 is 4, or like this is how you actually properly market something. Everything is built around, you know, different social pushes. Everything is, for lack of a better term, gay and retarded.
Yeah, like it's always like everything comes down to now being like, it doesn't really matter what's like real or true. It's more so just, is this good for the cause? And then like that's all that kind of everything's focused around.
Yeah, they'll blow millions or like fucking billions in their stocks just to earn like brownie points to hope that they don't get like cancelled. It's like they're trying to catch.
I don't understand at all, because again, I would get it if you were a very like apolitical brand in and of itself. Like if you're a fucking accounting company, right? I get why in June you're like Happy Pride Month, because like you're just like, that's what everyone fucking else is doing and we want to fucking be seen as like the same or whatever, even if you don't give a shit whatsoever. That makes sense. But like the companies that are very explicitly never going to manage to cater to a demographic that actively hates them, why are you trying to court them? They do not care.
Yeah. And like, I mean, if you're of like a minority group who's being pandered to, like, I mean, so many people who are in those groups are like, I fucking hate this pandering. You know, like intelligent people.
How many people
that I have is like, oh, like this is fucking stupid. Yeah. Like I hate.
How many people do you think in like that would identify as like in like the LGBT community or whatever, like saw the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light ad and were like, oh, I'm not going to get a strawberry daiquiri tonight. I'm going to get a Bud Light. None. They're drinking apple teas. Okay, that's what they're doing. There's not a fucking chance that there's suddenly going to be a mass push that they're like, oh, they put the rainbow flag on this, I'm definitely going to buy it. Like even any 90% of gay people I know, even during June, get fucking annoyed when like BlackRock is posting the fucking like LGBT like flag and shit, and all. They're like, this is retarded. What the fuck are you doing?
Like BlackRock, an objectively evil company.
Exactly. So like it's like you're not fucking winning anyone here. Why are you doing this? So it has to be like either just the most like tone deaf, out of touch attempt to like court a new market that will never work, and their marketing execs are literally fucking retarded, or it's like the ideological push matters more than the money and like the potential like market benefit, and they just want to be seen, as you said in the BR, in case of like being like cancelled or some shit, as like, look, we did that ad though,
like the right side of history.
Did that ad, you know, like
we have the receipts. We've been, you know, on the right side of history for since whatever.
Yeah. And also, like, especially when it comes to entertainment, and I find this more for smaller companies, but the idea that all press is good press.
No.
Like, no, dude. These people be tanked.
Yeah, no, it's like that doesn't work with beer.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but
like,
it seems to be that the Bud Light like boycott is actually relatively effective, where like they have genuinely lost like a good amount of sales. Even like the pictures I've seen of like the fucking like the at like baseball games or like sports matches and shit with everything, and there's like all the beer is gone except for the Bud Light fridge, which is full.
Jesus Christ.
Just to wrap up on all the wokeness stuff, like if these companies were seriously like about their ideals, you'd see their Middle Eastern accounts actually change their profile pictures.
In June, it's every
thing I gotta give the Muslims. They are just like through all the most insane social pressure, still been like, nope, going to hell. Nope.
Yeah,
infidels.
Even like the majority. I don't want to paint in too broad strokes, but like a lot of the Western kind of Muslim communities are
no. We don't do that. Yeah, fuck you. And a lot of like Hispanic immigrants and everything else. Like, no, this is dumb. Yeah. This is really dumb.
If you call me Latinx, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face.
Yeah, I remember I had this conversation once. I ended up in a conversation with a dude that was like a college professor in America, or like he was like an assistant professor or some shit or whatever. And he was like terrified of saying something wrong, being like, like the Latinx community around here thing. And I just interrupted him and I was like, what? Tell me this. I was like, like fucking, like, it's like a gendered language. Yeah. And he's like, well, yeah. And I was like, so it's like Latina or Latino. And he's like, yeah. And so it said, and he's like, yeah. I said, why did you guys invent Latinx? He's like, to be more inclusive. I was like, then why didn't you just say Latin? And he was like, what? And I was like, why did you add an X? I was like, you can just be like Latin culture, Latin, they said like, if you're so worried about things. He was like, I think it's just about like there's also like a gender like and like a thing. I was like, no, but like that includes everyone. It's like it's an ethnicity, like and he was like, this isn't something I can really talk on. I'm not part of the culture. And I was like, well, shut the fuck up. You're fucking dipshit. Like,
maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, I was like, you clearly know that this is like a solid point, but you're too terrified of because you're in this environment where everyone has said this is the right thing to do to like go against it. It's everyone's just a fucking
I don't know a single Latin person who likes that shit.
No, you make him sound like fucking aliens. Yeah. Like, oh, he's Latinx.
It's fucking retarded, dude.
Yeah, Latin.
Did he quit?
Yeah.
It annoys me that like there's like so many things these days that are like it don't hold up to the most basic scrutiny, and the only response to it is like outrage or shock or offense, and there's no attempt to argue back. And then even people that you can clearly see understand that it's bullshit don't have the fucking spine to not even do it in an aggressive way, but just be like, yeah, no, it isn't. That doesn't really make any sense, and like just talk.
It's just social pressure.
Yeah. It's just like they're like, oh, I might fucking lose my job. And that is probably part of it. Like, I mean, I probably am speaking from a place of privilege of the fact that I don't have to worry about anyone fucking firing me. I do not give a single fuck. But like, if you are working in an environment where, it's using the wrong pronoun could end your fucking career that you've worked hard for, I can see why that would be genuinely fucking stressful and you would be terrified to fuck it up. But it's that sort of like ongoing social pressure and like almost guilt trip and like danger of like ruining your life that keeps this shit going in the first place. And it's all unemployed people pushing this shit in the first place anyway.
Genuinely, unemployed people have created an unemployment problem by like getting employed people absolutely fucked if they misstep
fucking hostage.
The constantly changing rule book. Like I'm pretty socially liberal. I mean, these days I used to be like pretty conservative, but these days I don't give a fuck. Like if you don't enforce shit on me by law, I don't give a fuck how you live your life. Like if you try and
I couldn't be bothered giving a shit about what other people do. Like I just don't have the fucking mental capacity to care. Like I just
I'll still make fun of him for it. Though.
Oh yeah, I make fun of everyone. I make fun of me too. I rip the shit out of everyone.
But it's getting to a point where it's like none of this shit is organic, and it's all like very, very designed to be a system to like actual OG Stalinist political correctness, where it's like you say the wrong thing and you're unpersoned.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like
you can't feed yourself anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's what keeps this shit running is the fact that the dude at Denny's, who's the one that invented this bullshit pronoun, can somehow hold like a college professor hostage over
it's a powerful fucking thing.
His use of language, like it's, and that's I think what is really causing like all these fucking problems. Basically, what I'm saying is no rights for unemployed people, straight into the machine shredder. No
service guarantees citizenship.
You got to put them to use.
No, I'm joking. If you're unemployed, that's okay. Just get a fucking job, you lazy bum. But
it's funny because this podcast has probably swung from like actually anti-work all the way through to service guarantees citizenship.
Service guaranteed citizenship. No, to in order to get the right to vote, you have to go fight the arachnids on a.
Oh, the arachnids?
The arachnid.
Careful, Nathan.
Yeah.
Careful.
Well, basically, Starship Troopers is the ideal future, is what you're saying.
Oh, the messages we are going to get.
If only we had a fascist government ready to fight the fucking bugs and just go out there and stomp those fuckers.
Yeah. If the bugs come, we're fucked. Authoritarianism now. To prevent a bug-controlled future.
It is funny though.
I'm doing my part.
It is funny though. In every single piece of media, the like fascist group always has the sickest fucking drip. They're always dressed so fucking cool. Like, go look at this.
Well, Hugo Boss designed their uniform.
Yeah, like you go look at the Starship Troopers designs. Even they look so fucking sick, and you're just like, god damn it, why do they have to make them look so goddamn cool?
Yeah, why are they just awful? Because I want to dress like this.
See that's like the the meme where it's like a kid about to face like either a sunny castle or like all lightning and like doom and shit. Like for young gun guys, you have two options, like the fucking miserable but like pretty well dressed fascist dystopia, or you have the like based ragtag rebel look, like like Wolverines and like Zapistas and all that kind of shit. It's like
they whip out like that like sick
the third less talked about option, which is just like weird skinny dudes in maid outfits.
But like you whip out that like sick fucking like trench coat with the leather gloves look, and I'm probably going side with them, man. Like I'm
Lucas, no.
Keep going to say,
and they're putting on the hat and the tie. My boys, sorry, they look so sick, dude. Like, come on, look at me right now.
Like, I don't care. I didn't even ask their ideology. You know, they look sick.
like fascist. I just like the
fascist. We're like fash in. Let's fucking go, boys. I'm looking sick.
Fuck. All right, well, I'm
just
canceled
going to
now.
like vibes-based ideology. Just.
All right, after this episode, I'm kicked out of every anarchist group chat ever. Thank you, lads.
Christ.
Fuck. What else has been going on?
I think actually
Fishtank.
Okay. I'm gonna give the Fishtank update, and then I genuinely have to go because I gotta run to the airport. It's like I gotta. Very quickly, my update in the Fishtank is my favorite thing they've done is introducing clones. They did it with Vance and Lance. Vance was the first like contestant, or one of the first contestants in the house, and he woke up one day and there was a guy that looks exactly like him wearing his exact clothes sitting beside him, and he was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "Lance." He's like, what? What's happening? And then they just had Vance versus Lance going on for a while, where they told Lance that if he did a better job than Vance, he could take his place on the show. And there was a moment of Vance pouring water from like a hose down Lance's face, screaming there can only be one, and like trying to waterboard him in the kitchen. Then the other day, there's Letty has been a long-term member of the house, and then a hotter version of her named Betty turned up the other day, and she so far has flashed her tits twice, so I kind of hope she sticks around. Then they introduced Airsoft.
Wait, the clone did or the original did?
The clone. The clone just arrived. It's flash her tits. She's a better looking one, so it's not a bad trade-off. But then Airsoft Fatty has joined the house. Some of you guys may know.
Also done some full frontal.
Yeah. Some of you guys may know Airsoft Fatty. He's very famously was part of an iDubbbz documentary series called Full Force, and he's basically just like a fat retarded hick from like middle America who loves like lightsaber fights and shit. And they put him in the house, and he kind of quickly dominated pretty quick. He's definitely like Nathan, I think, met him, but he's definitely like autistic.
Dude, I swear to God, he walked into the room and I thought he was my sleep paralysis demon. Just like
he is.
Wait, where was this?
Is it 1776 Supply Co party at SHOT Show? I dropped in for a second because a friend was there.
No, but
and he walked into the room, and I don't know, he might be a nice kid, but I almost shit myself and then just immediately self-terminated because I thought some weird thing from my past had come back to haunt me. And
he is haunting looking. He's genuine. Like he's so fat, it's insane. But he joined, and like the only like I think a day after Fatty joined, fucking Frank Hassel turned up. And Frank Hassel is a dude who like made a career on YouTube by just like wearing a GoPro on his head, and he would just walk around and just hassle people. Like there was ones where like he just walk into supermarkets and someone would walk away from their cart and he just take it and just start walking, and they'd be like, hey, that's mine. He'd be like, what the fuck are you? This is my shit. Get the fuck away from me. And he's like 6'5", like big grown out hair and beard, and you know, and then he'd just be like, he'd like call like the fucking like employees at the supermarket over and be like, this motherfucker's trying to steal my shit. And some like 50-year-old dentist is like, he took my card. He fucking, and he's like, he's fucking crazy. Get the fuck away from me. And he just do shit like that. Or like there's a clip of him where he walks into like a Denny's with his just wearing nothing but his boxers, and he's fat as shit, and he's just like, I just took a huge shit, and just like screaming this repeatedly. And like the Denny's like basically just this like weird fucking troll. But the best thing he did was when he kept telling any of you know Boogie2988, he was like a very popular YouTuber. Really
I don't know how you have the mental bandwidth. I don't know.
Say, this is some very online shit.
This should explain so much about why I am the way I am. But Boogie is like, at one point Boogie was referred to as like the Mr. Rogers of the internet. He was seen as like this like super wholesome, like he had this like, he was a YouTuber, and he had like a character called Francis that was like an angry fat gamer guy, and he would do like skits and shit of him like you know, playing a board game and flipping the table and freaking out, and it was just half funny fat shouting and like shit like that. But he was invited by YouTube to like their like YouTube day shit, and like he was like interviewed, and like he was genuinely considered to be like one of like the like most popular kind of like YouTubers and shit. And then he like went on this insane dark path where he was just like he like, hiring hookers and then like telling them they could live with them, and then like seemingly weirdly taking advantage of them, and like staying on disability welfare while making thousands from YouTube and like all this sort of shit, and like getting in like weird online arguments. He cannot back down from any sort of argument. Like someone starts shit with him on Twitter and he'll fight with them for like 6 days straight, and like it just kind of like went off the rails. Most recently he did a YouTuber boxing match with Wings of Redemption, who's another incredibly fat retarded YouTuber guy, and he got his shit absolutely pushed the fuck in by Wings. And so Boogie a while back, again, like Frank started shit with Boogie on Twitter, and Boogie can't let anything go, and Boogie was like come say that shit to my face, come say shit. Frank's like, okay, I'm on the way. And then Frank posted a photo of Boogie's like house, being like, I found you, and he was like on Google Maps, had his full address, and was like, I'm on the way. And Boogie's like, well, you should know I'm armed. And Frank's like, you won't do shit, pussy. And then Frank just tweets a photo of Boogie's front door, like, I'm outside. And then Boogie opens the door with like a fucking 6-shot revolver and is like fat as shit, just like, get off my fucking lawn. And the funniest thing is that minutes beforehand, a UPS guy had turned up, and he's just standing behind Boogie looking confused as shit, holding Boogie's small dog, like, I don't know what's going on, I've got nothing to do with this. And Frank is like just crying laughing in the face of a gun being pointed at him, going, do it pussy, fucking shoot me. And then Boogie shoots the gun in the air, and Frank laughs even harder
in a residential neighborhood,
and is like, you fucking idiot. And, you know, and it ended up with like Boogie getting done for like discharging a firearm in a residential area, and like it was like a whole fucking thing. But so that's like a brief backstory on Frank and just the type of fucking psychopath we're dealing with here, a dude who like fucking laughs in the face of a gun actually pointed in his face. And there was a timer on Fishtank for ages where people could donate money to speed it up, of like how long until they unleashed Frank Hassel. And then they just dropped Frank in the middle of the house and were like, go buck wild, do whatever the fuck. And Frank just he just,
it sounds like he's very mentally ill.
I thought so until I saw him on Fishtank and was like, oh, Frank's actually a very nice down to earth person. He's just really fucking good at annoying people. So like the shit he did was like, one of the girls like just mildly annoyed him or made some like joke, and he just walked upstairs, just took her bed out of her room, dumped water all over it, and then just like kept it in his closet. And then she like came in looking for it and tried to pull it away, and he just lay on it. And then when eventually he put it back in her room, and she was like, thank you, and then she leaves, and he just pissed on it. And he just did shit like this constantly. There's another one of the girls, Josie, is like autistic, and she loves these like plushie toys, and he just walks up, picks one up, and just pulls his head off and just walks away. There's another one where she's like asleep. The autistic girl's like asleep in her bedroom, and in the middle of the night, door just flies open, a mattress comes flying into the room, and then the door just slowly closes again, opens again, and Frank just knocks all the shit off the table beside it and just closes the door again. And like he was just like bothering the shit out of people. And then he took like a massive shit in a cup and left it somewhere, and then one of the girls went and got it and planted it in the closet and tried to claim that Frank had done it, but keep in mind everything is recorded at all times. So it was like she was quickly like found out for trying to like manipulate shit or whatever. At one point they fed Frank his own piss. They tied him to a chair and they were told they could do whatever they wanted to him because he'd been bothering them for like days. And so they like did the typical like drew on him and like threw water on him, shit thing. And then they were like, here, drink this. And he was like, what is this? And they were like, you left this in one of our rooms. And he had apparently pissed in the cup in someone's room and he didn't remember. And then he took a sip and then it was like, oh, what the fuck? Is this piss? And they were like, yeah. And the producer was like, get him water now. Then he I think was eventually kicked out after I think he did actually shit in a closet at some point. So they were like, right, Frank, this is actually getting too far. You got to come home. So they brought Frank back out. Fatty has now been around for the past 2 days. Earlier today, Fatty like decimated the entire living room, like flipping chairs, smashing shit, and then he just took all of his clothes off. And now Fatty has not worn clothes, I think, for almost 3 days straight now. But it's like self-censored because his gun hangs over his cock, so you can't see anything. But there was like a solid, at one point he was in a room with a girl alone for like a solid hour, just like talking to her about how he wanted to date her while fully naked, and Letty's just sitting there staring and going, no, get away from me. And he's like,
oh, so this was the clone Betty.
This is Letty's the original, Betty's the clone. So this is like just cornered Letty for a solid like hour because they told Letty that a challenge she had to do was flirt with Fatty for the entire time he was there if she wanted to win. And then he was like trying to move it on to an actual like something happening, and she was like, no. And so he's standing there naked, like, why not? Just fully naked, his Hank Hill ass out. And yeah, but at some point during this, earlier on when Frank was still there, Fatty got very upset because he started talking about how he's homeless and he had to give up his cats because he got kicked out of his house. Because basically, after the iDubbbz documentary, anytime he rents somewhere new, people call his landlord and start like making fake reports about him and fucking with them and like just torture him in general. So he can't find anywhere to stay, and he had to let go of his cats, and he was very upset about this. And Frank spent a solid hour comforting him, making sure he was okay and talking it through with him and shit and all. And then like the next day, Sam comes up and he's like, Sam Hyde, he's like, he gets Fatty, he's like, hey, come on, you're gonna spar with me. And he like starts like sparring boxing with Fatty and all, and Fatty breaks down crying again. He's like, I'm fucking homeless, I don't know where to go after this, all I'm gonna do. And Sam's like, you're not homeless anymore, we got that sorted, don't worry about that, we have a place sorted for you. So I was like, the fucking like producers on the show are like the staff are more empathetic than like any of the mainstream reality shows I've ever seen, where they just genuinely like don't give a fuck and like will like emotionally torture people for days. They'll physically torture all the Fishtank contestants and do like,
yeah, didn't they waterboard people and like,
yeah, but like, you know, come on, waterboarding's fun, but like
I want to try it at least once.
I think it's like poison where if you like microdose it, eventually it doesn't affect you anymore. But
it's only
I do it daily in the shower. There's a towel over my face and lie backwards. But, yeah, that's the basics of Fishtank at the moment. I think that's all that's really gone on. The last thing I saw was Chris like or Airsoft Fatty like flipping everything in the living room and getting completely naked and freaking out. So
this is genuinely like a one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked at the people that have like survived so far. They're not the ones I would have picked from the beginning. I'm trying to get John from Fishtank on the show.
Yes, you mentioned he's looking to get into podcasts.
He literally tweeted he's looking to get on a podcast. He replied to me in a previous tweet, and I have been spamming his DMs and mentioning how I interviewed Andrew Tate because he loves Tate so much. So I'm like, I need someone to hook him. So I was just like, here's the video of me interviewing Tate, and just like trying to get him to like fucking hook on and like notice. So the thing is though, I think he may have an NDA saying he can't talk about Fishtank, but he's also a retarded autistic dude that is apparently like a home mortgage broker as well as running 2 different.
So he's
brands.
like us, except he's a home mortgage broker.
I'm like, I want to see what sort of mortgage advice the autistic dude has. Like, he's either incredible at this or like you'll immediately lose everything you fucking own if you invest with him, you know?
I mean, admittedly, he agreed to go on to this show for $10,000.
My favorite thing he did that I actually thought was good was he was the one when he was shadowboxing in a room on his own, and he's like, there's like voice to text where people can like pay to like say shit or whatever, and they were all calling him a retard and shit. And he goes got a really bad speech impediment. He goes, I want you all to think about this. I'm here. He goes, you're there sitting at home on your computer, texting me, watching me. You're doing nothing. You're all sitting at home making fun of me while no one gives a shit about you and everybody watching me. I'm actually doing something. Think about that. And I was like,
you know,
yeah, dude, fucking fair. Yeah, right. And there was another situation where they were they were given a challenge where they had to act. Everyone in the house had to act genuinely mentally disabled for like a day straight, and he refused to do it. He was like, "I'm not making fun of people with disabilities. It's not fair." And I was like, all right, yeah, you know what? Fucking fair. Like, you know, like dude's got morals, he's sticking by them. He like actively refused to take part in it and just sat in his room all day and didn't do shit. So I was like, all right, yeah, like I respect John. He also did the most push-ups I've ever seen on a live stream. The dude like every 2 minutes was doing push-ups. So like he's like the good type of autistic where he's like super hyper focused on shit. But he's also, I think, yeah,
useful kind.
You need more guys like that. You're like, you get this done. He's like, I'm on it, so I just runs off and does it. You know, like.
Okay, so Schizocast soon. 2 prospective guests, Wrangler Star and John.
I really want to get John. I'm going to try so hard. I'm going to DM him again.
Do it.
I fucking will. I swear to God. He put up a video the other day. You know, like an underpass over a river, how there's like you can kind of grab onto like the bottom of them. Like the cement ones. He put up a video of him holding on and like shimmying across an entire fucking underpass, holding on by his hands above water. Jesus. And he did it. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ,
he's really
John.
good at
fucking shit
stuff, apparently.
Yeah, he's a fucking unit. Like all he eats is like beef. It's insane. But yeah, that's the fish tank updates. All I think of for now. I really got to run, boys. I'm sorry to cut this short, but thank you very much for having me on. As always, I always enjoy being here, and I look forward to the next Schizocast we do. I will try and do my best to get John, and I definitely want Wrangler too.
Post episode 100.
Yes, post episode 100.
Should I ask you? Am I allowed to ask what you guys are planning for episode 100, or is it super secret, top, super duper undercover?
No, of course. I'll put it in the chat. I don't know. Is it public? Have we? I think we've alluded to it.
I think we've even outright said it, and then we went back to treating it like a secret.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
like,
so I don't know. This is the Koch tease episode. You guys will all see.
Don't
next
tell him
week,
now.
But...
Fucking tease it. Let them know. You know.
Yeah.
Huge. It's gonna be the best thing ever, biggest thing ever. I did a Trump impression in front of my doctor the other day.
Yeah. Oh, is this the base doctor?
Yeah, he was asking me about what I thought about DeSantis versus Trump, and I literally said to him, "I don't think DeSantis has the sauce." I said, "I don't think he has like the charisma." I said like DeSantis can get up there and go on about policies and shit, and then Trump's just gonna go, "Lil Ron," and that's gonna be it.
Or we want to try and get 2 hours, because this is gonna be a 99.5. It's gonna be
we don't have to do like our last episode was like an hour 5. Like it doesn't.
Well, maybe we owe the people 2 hours then.
This is true. What do we have?
I was like,
shit, fucking what has happened?
Oh no, we can talk about something that we're gonna be, and we'll talk about this more. I think episode 101, as we come into
we're gonna talk to Lucas about coming on to episode 101. We'll
yeah. We will inform him he's coming back.
Yes,
but no, so obviously we've been it's been a little bit of a transition period for us since Mitch has left. Some things have been changing. We've been trying to like build things up, and we'll be talking about this at length in the future. But one thing that we've been talking to you guys about a lot since like fucking maybe before episode 20 even is doing some more video content.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yes. So finally, we are getting to a position where we have the means, which is fucking incredible. And it is all thanks to you people who, for some reason, tune into even these episodes. So
yes, we appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah, so it's gotten us to a point where, I mean, me and Nathan will actually be meeting up for the first time ever in person.
Really soon, and then again in June.
Yeah, end of this month, and then again. So, and then Nathan's going to be stateside, so we're actually able to do shit a bit more.
Yes.
And, I don't know, where are we going to put the video content? Is it going to be...
Instagram, definitely. I know you can put longer form videos up there. I don't know if I care enough to make a YouTube, because, like, I know that, YouTube money, it's not like it'd be fucking monetized. It's gun content. And then you get such reach.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like, I don't want to start on a dying platform.
Yeah. Like, a lot of our friends are on there and stuff, but, like...
The ones that are surviving are the ones who are making YouTube enough money for them to leave them alone. Because, like, before you get to kind of that, that really solid 1 million subscribers, like, if you're a gun guy, they want to squash you. But if you're actually, like, providing revenue and drawing in people to the website, which arguably a lot of those guys are, like, I only things I go to YouTube for are, like, how-tos, if I need to fix something, and gun stuff. And I'm not a big consumer of YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I've only
same.
recently...
Like all these people that fucking Lucas is talking about, I'm like, who? Like, who the fuck?
Oh,
I don't know.
Like, terminally offline. I'm the worst person to be in this kind of space.
Same.
Like,
he has to actively tell me about most of what he's talking about.
yeah, and so like to keep up with all of our friends who like do YouTube stuff, I've actually like gotten back into YouTube a bit more.
It's to the point where I will let their videos like run in the background sometimes because like, show support some way, but I just don't have the time or energy to actually watch them.
I mean, I sure as fuck, like if I'm cooking or if I'm cleaning guns or if I'm doing something kind of like some kind of design stuff where I don't need to be like plugged into the audio and video, I'll be watching like Aran Thumb, Prince Shoot Repeat, Admin, those kind of guys. But yeah, it's like I don't know. So maybe it'll be primarily Instagram based, maybe Patreon as well, but
I've got a video I made for Patreon and I still have to finish cutting it.
Oh yeah, I mean if you need any help with that, let me know. But
I would appreciate it. It's a lot of B-roll.
Yeah. I mean we'll be bringing out the videographer who's going to be working with us too. So shout out to them. They listen to the show. But yeah, like times are changing, boys and girls. Mostly boys.
Yeah.
like 98% of lads. But baby steps with the video content. It's something really new for us. It's going to be cool. Going to be interesting to be in front of the camera for a change instead of behind a mic. But it's going to let us do like things like the guides. We want to kind of show a little bit more, practical. Like I'd love to do some SUT stuff,
same.
tactic stuff.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. And like every once in a while, I'll just like fly down there or like drive. I don't know. Get down there somehow. Do a couple days of stuff and then go home. But that could be really cool. I have this thing where this is like tangentially related because it depends where we put this up. But I went to the range today just to like do some drills and hang out with the lads, and I realized I was wearing my "Please be patient, I have autism" hat over a shirt that says "Retard Station" in the PlayStation font. I'm still wearing it. You can fucking see it. It's
where the fuck did you get that?
Lucas got it for me. They just showed up one day.
Standard.
Yeah. Yes. No. The "Please be patient, I have autism" hat. That is. I'm going to keep that for our eventual.
Oh, absolutely.
Video.
That's gonna be the flavor.
Yes. I guess now admin isn't the balaclava man anymore. We are allowed to be masked.
Now we are the balaclava man.
Now we are the balaclava men. We're just going to steal.
I am become balaclava man. we stole Mike's stat advice. We're gonna steal a balaclava.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be the thing with the... Oh, so we've also got our first video podcast coming post episode 100. So we're going to be filming that at Childeberg, and it'll be coming out a little bit after that goes down, end of the month, Memorial Day. So
I can't wait. That'll be great.
It's gonna be weird, dude. It's gonna be different.
Weird. It's gonna be so weird, but it's gonna be good. I think. I hope.
I can sit there and give you a stern look if you're going off the rails instead of just being like, Nathan, fuck.
Yeah, you can actually, but I won't pick up on it at all because I'm autistic as shit and I can't get social cues. So I will continue.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna make no difference. But hey, you'll be able to see us. We're gonna be sitting there chilling with a whole. So it's not just gonna be one guest at Childeberg. We're gonna be sitting down with a variety of people. It's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit different. We might do some kind of man on the street, B-roll where we're walking around seeing what's up.
Just
I think that.
We're going to be in the parking lot stealing catalytic converters. It'll be great. I got a Sawzall. I'm going to bring it.
But yeah, it's going to be like a bit of a different flavor. It's not going to be our usual kind of format where we're sitting here just chatting. Like we're going to splice it up a little bit, do something, try and get a little bit more out of the different format. But that should be published. We can do video podcasts on Spotify and any other podcatcher that we use that carries that.
Yeah, a lot of people ask if we're going to upload to YouTube.
Nah.
I don't really think like.
Nah.
Yeah, I just fucking hate YouTube, man. I just hate YouTube, and also
me too.
I feel like I don't have the like. Childeberg's gonna be one thing because we can just like sit down and have a studio space and all of that. But when it's just me in my room, like no one wants to fucking see that. And even then, I don't want to see it. It makes me feel weird. Like being cognizant of being recorded is a weird feeling.
Yeah, I mean, The big thing with all of that is like, I mean, I've been, my two other shows that I've run in the past, the Militia podcast and my own, the BR Hates Fed show, I was uploading those to YouTube for a long time. Yeah, if you haven't heard that name, I still love that name.
Yeah,
the BR Hates Fed show. It's very much a filter.
Yeah,
but,
sometimes people ask like, "Oh, you're a producer. Like, what does he do?" I'm like, "He's got a show. It's called BR Hates Feds," and I like it kills me. It just kills me. It's great.
Mic drop.
I'm a big fan of it personally.
It has forced it into a niche, but we have fun, and also my posting has been a fuck as I pour love into this show. But what the fuck was I saying? God damn it.
Yeah.
So those, for years I've been posting those to YouTube, and recently they struck like probably a solid 30% of both shows just overnight. All of them had some kind of and these aren't like actual video podcasts. It's just like a still image apart from the video intro, and they just not copyright struck. They like violation struck them for like a bunch of gun stuff, even though like there's really no heavy gun content in them apart from what we're talking about.
There's that. Yeah, there's not sort of PSR about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so many that got struck down. So I'm like, we're not gonna start up a YouTube channel while that platform is actively dying and clamping down on dissidents. Like, they can get fucked. Like,
I remember someone very recently, they sent me a screen cap of the Instagram terms and service, what gets you demonetized, and one thing is speaking out against voting. If you make any jokes about voting or you say anything negative about it, you get unpersoned. It's like, well, that's fucking stupid. You gotta keep the peasantry's morale up somehow.
Dude, it's literally fucking freedom of speech. Like, if I want to talk to people about how I don't believe in how like I'm fighting over the gun in the room and how I'm choosing between dictators. If I think that's a bullshit option, like I'm violating a policy by saying I think voting is bullshit. Like, what kind of fucking democracy even is this if I can't choose not to participate?
Well, if you don't vote, you don't have any right to complain there, young sir. Like,
of course. Yeah, let me choose poison A or poison B, the blue one or the red one.
Yeah.
Or fuck, maybe I'll choose the golden one and I can drown my sorrows in piss.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember the nice little old, and I actually really like her. She's fantastic. The nice little old lady out across the street, when we were having our election, she came across the street and she asked if I wanted to volunteer at the polling station. I looked at her, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not voting. It's like a small municipal election too, I'm pretty sure. And she's like, oh, well, like it looked like I just kicked her dog. Like, if you don't vote, you don't have a right to complain. And like, I think for the next 20 minutes I just went on this fucking tirade. Oh my god.
Autism activated.
Yeah. Like, okay there, lady. Like, I'm going to choose the colors of like the colors that are going to be painted in the side of the Raytheon missile that's going to go turn a bunch of brown kids into fucking meat paste. I'm not. Okay, nope. I'm going to rein myself in for the Schizocast. This is not Nathan Gets Autistically Political. I do have a little sign. I think I'm going to put it on Patreon because Instagram will get us unpersoned. It's just like a voting sign. I really...
yes, the voting sign.
Yeah, there's two that I've done so far. I'm going to have them in a pack. I should find other places to post them too, but Instagram would not be allowed. One of them is unashamedly, and I don't care because I've worked for him, Anti-State Design, which is just like a rifle and says rooftop voter. And, it's just a little, it's shock value. It's shock value humor.
Rooftop voter in your front yard.
In the front yard. And the next one is just like, there's a really famous picture of, it's a painting of a politician being tarred and feathered. Yeah, and I did a version of that. And yeah, just, You can go to your local Staples and have that printed and just put it in your yard on election day. Because fuck them.
Yeah, for our Patreon subscribers, just return to the Staples that already gave you weird looks when you went and got your
Target stuff.
Your World Economic Forum targets printed.
And please,
like, hey, I'm back.
I'm going to put them on Patreon because I'll get banned everywhere else. Please, feel free to steal any of that content. Fucking give it to people. I don't care. I want it. In this case, I want it. I just don't want to get banned.
Yeah, if you guys print off those targets or those signs or use any of that stuff, like send it to us. Like we love to see it.
Put it onto SD cards and leave it around the city. You can get SD cards at the dollar store now.
Oh, dude, like if you don't believe in slapping spicy stickers up in public, like we can't be friends.
Oh, 100%, dude. I've wanted, and there's like there's this thing in my neighborhood every year, and it's the anarchist book fair. But you go there, and it's all exactly what you'd expect from like a liberal city. And what I really want to do is have a like show up in a ski mask with a whole bunch of QR code slaps that lead to like the Gatalog and like FOSCAD and print, shoot, repeat, just like the Glong song. I don't care. And just leave those around. Leave those around.
Based.
But 100% no, like some RCMP agent's going to follow me home and shoot me in the back of the head.
A mate of mine was at a graduation recently, and Bill Gates was speaking, and the man said there was no security. I was like, oh fuck! So you had a clear.
Oh no, it wouldn't work. That guy's. We all know that lizard people are immune.
He'd survive.
Yeah.
Tickle.
His chest cavity, and he'd act like nothing even hit him.
Yeah, he just like look and just like his eyes would flash green for a second. And he'd hiss. Oh my god, this is the most fed posty episode, and it's so fucking long.
I'm gonna be editing so much.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Just like the odd beep here and there, I think will be okay. The tickle.
Tickle, lots of tickle.
Yeah.
Well, one last thing to end on. Fucking R.I.P. Ted was trending on Twitter today, and I had a fucking heart attack.
Oh no! What happened?
No. Uncle Ted's still with us.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Can you imagine if we had him on? I want to.
Impossible, my friend. He's currently in a medical prison, like I think in Florida or some shit. Well, one of the Carolinas. I got moved from Colorado, but
yeah.
I mean, we could always do an AI reading of of industrial society in its future, but
yes. Freedom Visualization sent me, I think, 7 chapters of that, which are done so far.
Incredible.
And then his free trial of the thing wore out. But thank you, bud. Seriously.
Much appreciated, yeah. But yeah, no, Ted is still with us. It was some like Philadelphia high school sports announcer that died, but it went viral because everyone's like, wait, is Ted Lasso alive? And also, is Ted Cruz dead? So, no, the Zodiac Killer's still with us. The Unabomber is still with us. Things keep on rolling. But anyway, I guess we should wrap it up, and we'll be seeing you for episode 100.
Yes, this is a slightly shorter episode than normal because we're prepping for our big episode 100, which will go up next week, providing nothing awful happens.
I hope not. Yeah. But any closing words? I'm really, I don't like the fact that we've started to give dad advice at the end of these. That's a guest thing, but you know what?
I don't know. I've been doing it since the beginning.
I know. Fuck it. Whatever. You got any dad advice for the listeners?
Tuck your pants into your socks when you're in areas with lots of ticks, because those little fuckers get everywhere.
Yeah, Lyme disease scares the shit out of me.
Dude, I hate like the idea that one of these fuckers can latch onto your taint and just like 24 hours later, oh, I guess you have an incurable disease. Or I think actually if you take some antibiotics quickly enough, you can stave it off. But still, that shit scares the fuck out of me. And there's another disease you can get that makes it you can't eat red meat.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily here. Tick disease makes you allergic to red meat. Let's see what Bing says. Yeah, alpha-gal red meat allergy comes from... Yup. Tick bites have been linked to an additional condition. New guidance report. Yeah, not great.
Oh, wait, so you can get Lyme disease and that?
Yep. It's two totally different things.
Dude, I used to play in the wood, like back in England, I used to play in the woods all the fucking time, and I mean, constantly my mom would be pulling ticks off of us.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think those, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure those ticks out there can't give you Lyme disease. I might be wrong.
I don't know. I'm hoping when I'm further west, I don't think Lyme disease is a thing out west. It definitely is where you are. underwear.
I need to. Yeah, I need to fucking research that a bit more because that scares the shit out of me. But so avoid ticks. They will fuck you up.
They'll fuck you up.
They will fuck you up.
Dude, I almost put my car into a ditch feeling one on my like lower back, and I reached back haphazardly and fucking grabbed it. And no, my friend had to grab the steering wheel. It like nowadays it's not too bad because like ticks are new in my area. We didn't have them at all. Like I was a really outdoorsy
they're
kid.
invasive.
Yeah, and I spent like years in the military and stuff. Like never got a tick. Now they're everywhere. Like I go for a walk man. And I come back with ticks in me. Not even into the woods, like just around.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, my dad advice to end on is, as always, I'm always humbled when I go and shoot with better shooters than me, and I love it. It's important to be humbled all the time. And
yes,
I've talked about this before. I'm not great with a handgun. I'm working on it. 2023 is the year of BR putting shit tons of 9mm down range and working on it. But I went out and shot with like some great shooters, and of course, got humbled yet again. And it's fantastic. Like, never be satisfied with where you're at. You can always do better. Even those shooters, I mean, they're like, yeah, fuck, I can always improve. There's always things I can be dialing in.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, never be sad. And it sounds awful, but never be satisfied with where you're at, especially with critical skill, like critical hard skills, like shooting. You can always do better. Like I'm pretty handy with a rifle. I'm very comfortable with my rifle shooting. And, being a European, come to the US, I was like, yep, that's the big thing I have to be worried about. But guess what, dumbass? I carry my Glock 19 every day. I don't have my AR slung, at the supermarket. As much as I lived in a Mad Max world where I could do that without all the looks. But, realistically, I got this thing on me every day. So I'm starting to pay a lot more love to that and actually, really dialing in a lot more as I should have been from the start. So I'll always allow yourself to be humbled, never be satisfied with your performance, and also just be realistic and honest with yourself. You're like, you really got to be like, am I really as comfortable as I could be? Am I really, like, if I go into a gunfight with my present hard skills and all that, am I comfortable? Like, so... Yeah, anyway, serious dad though, Lucas would tell you to make more money, so...
Yes, it was like he was in the room with us. I absolutely agree with that. Honestly, never rest on your laurels, and there's no ego with this stuff. Just,
sure as fuck
if you think you're good, you're probably not. Dunning-Kruger effect is real. Go get better, no matter how good you are, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how good you know you are, get better. I like that.
Get good.
Get good. It's a depreciable skill too. If you shot really good a year ago, you probably won't shoot really good now. Go out there.
No, there's that too, dude. I'm rusty as fuck. Like, I've been so busy. The amount of rounds I've been shooting per month has dropped like a fucking rock. So we're working on it. We're getting back into things, shaping things up. But anyway, thank you people for listening. Check in next time, episode 100. That is our big... We've been doing this for a second now. It's kind of crazy. But
almost 2 years.
Yeah, well, I think right around 2 years. So
guys, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, seriously, and there's more of you than when we started. That's fucking wild. So so much love, everyone. Much more to come. We've got some fucking killer guests lined up for after episode 100. Does not end here. So thank you guys for listening.
Tickle.
Your local senator.
Tickle.
Your local senator. Do it now. Carb.
Tickle.
The local politicians. Okay, bye.